Wisconsin. It's known for getaway locations far away from the big city, like Door County, Lake Geneva, and the Dells, just to name a few. The state attracts a steady flow of travelers from Minnesota and Illinois to certain destinations. Wisconsinites enjoy those same places, but not so much the out-of-staters that come with it. So, some of us retreat to a place less traveled by the tourists, and we simply refer to it as up north. Or depending on your Wisconsin accent, up north. Yeah, hey, we're going up north. How everyone defines up north is truly up to them. Printed surveys have all kinds of demarcations as to where it begins. Some say Highway 29, but I just have that gut feeling that that's too far south. Some say Highway 8, but I feel that leaves some places out. I honestly feel like up north starts once you pass the 45th parallel, halfway between the equator and the North Pole. Grab your globes, kids! Between the two small towns of Athens and Rib Falls, just north of Highway 29, you can find a small county park that marks the intersection of the 45th parallel of latitude and the 90th meridian of longitude, which means the spot is also a quarter of the way around the Earth from Greenwich, England. Geography! And now, considering my prior statement about Highway 29, that it's too far south to mark the up north, and seeing the 45th parallel being so close to it, it seems like it's a trivial difference. But let's move on. In the summers, we pack up the car, load in the animals, and make a decent trek up north. Our favorite path to get there takes us through the Menominee Reservation and a beautiful winding road through the thick woods, which is a beautiful ride at any time of year. Although, one of our cats tend to get a little car sick on this stretch if we go too fast, so we tend to take it easy and really enjoy it. A few years back, we were even lucky to see a huge black bear saunter by. And lucky that the person stopping in the middle of the highway to gawk didn't cause a pileup of 2 cars and 3 motorcycles. But it was still pretty cool. And we don't have evidence of it. Sorry. When we arrive in our up north, which is north of Highway 8 for those sticklers, we take up residence in a small lakeside cabin. Here we can canoe, kayak, swim, grill, have campfires, and depending on the time of year, get eaten alive by mosquitoes and inspect each other for ticks. You have to accept the inconvenient to enjoy the greatness of the up north. And it's not all year. There's parts of the year where that's not so bad. By the way, did you notice the color of the water? Kind of has that rust color, right? This is due to decomposition of wetland plants in the watershed. It can stain your swim shorts a bit, but otherwise there's no problems because of it. I mean, the fish don't seem to mind. Hey fella, what you doing? Swimming? Yeah, me too. This past year also was an absolute fish conspiracy, by the way. They saw my video camera and wanted to have their picture taken and their video taken. And never in my time on that lake has a fish ever been so interested in what I was doing. Sure, a few here and there would bump into you, maybe tweak you a little bit with their little fish mouth, but not hang out with you like this fella did. This guy was like following me around like a puppy, a little fish puppy. Besides the fish in the lake, we consistently see white-tailed deer, ducks, bald eagles, loons, hummingbirds, and dragonflies. There are black bears, wolves, wild dogs, and bobcats in the area, but to be honest, of these, we have only heard the wild dogs. and it was at night across the lake, and it was weird and eerie. I wish I had the recording of it, but we don't. Occasionally, I'll also find prints in the sand, the mud, or the dirt of some of the more nocturnal creatures that are hanging around, such as raccoons and whatnot. But if that's not wild enough for you, there is also a monster in this part of the state. The hodag. With the head of a frog, the face of an elephant, short legs with huge claws, a dinosaur back, and a tail of spears. Now, the only way to deal with such a creature, if seen in the wild, is apparently dynamite, at least according to legend. But don't worry about that. The hodag's main food source are all white bulldogs, or moon calves, depending on what you're reading. You don't believe me? Do you? You don't? Well, let me point out to you Exhibit A, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Season 2, Episode 5, The Hodag of Horror. Still not good enough for you? Then I give you Exhibit B, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The hodag is documented in the Harry Potter world. Now you have to believe me, it's in a book. Anyway, Up North is about escaping the daily grind and just slowing down. Listening to the birds, listening to the water, fishing, swimming, relaxing in the hammock, slowing down. Yeah, because even in Wisconsin, we need to remind ourselves to slow down. Dairy farm work isn't easy, friend. Come by during Dairy Month and see how a typical dairy farm works up close. I think it's June. I personally don't work on one, but I have family that does. Come on, this is Wisconsin. Pretty much everyone knows someone who works on a dairy farm. I'm drifting from the topic at hand. I'm sorry. We get some pretty nice sunsets up north as well. And you know how much we love sunsets. So, feel free to join us anytime. Just remember to leave all the stress, all the big city problems, all the expectations of luxury behind you. Join us up north on our terms, and you will enjoy yourself. And we will love having you there. And make sure to keep clear of others when speeding around in a boat. That's just common courtesy. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. Due to current circumstances, things are a little bit off, and I will be doing my best to continue to release travel videos, local and abroad. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we will continue to bring you a slice of the world while you may be forced to stay inside.